Alright. So, I have to look and see if once upon a time, yeah, there's one of the basement indents there. Because once upon a time there's a furnace. Oh. I think there was a furnace here. I think there was, so this is either a ghost town or an old iron area. Like they had the furnace and the foundry and that. So there's a lot of basement holes. That old fireplace. But I'm also seeing indications in the hillside. Those country banks I was talking about. This is obviously an old road. We got waste rock piles. Huh. There's another old road. Going right up there. So there's probably a bridge there at one time. Isn't that something? There's another basement hole right there. It's kind of fun doing this. When you discover something and you just figure it out without knowing ahead of time. Okay, so I don't want to leave the bikes, but I'd love to push this trail. It looks once upon a time there was a stream here now, dried up. But if there was a furnace, it could have been up there. Huh. Definitely have to check this out more. But pretty cool. And so, slightly different spot. And after putting two and two together, down there were signs of a very old capped off oil well. So that country bank mine probably provided coal to run the pumps for that oil rig. And yeah, it could have been the people tending it and working it that had the houses there. And then you say this one is electric? It's a very old electric. Look at that. Pretty cool. And we passed a bunch more, but they were posted, those oil pumps. But there's the tanks. Yeah. So they must have been getting oil out of here. There's more stuff up there, but this isn't posted. Whoever owned the property for those other ones. They don't look like they're getting used anymore. Yeah. Yeah, these ones. Oh, you can smell it. Yeah, you can see that one up there. I don't want to go up there. Oh, there's more up there. Ooh, it stinks. Yeah, that's, you can see the sheen. That one's leaking. Okay, so the original buildings were built, I guess, in the 1800s. And then they built a giant mansion in the 1900s. Early 1900s, I think it said 1913. You can read that thing. I'll post a picture. So, huge farm. We were seeing cement fence posts, which seem to be popular for some of the rich folk here in Venango. And I thought that was pretty neat. Use here's a lot more of these oil pumps. There's a building here. I wonder if this is the building that used to have the chimes. So apparently there's 1,200 pound or 12,000 pound chimes that used to ring 3 times a day for 47 years. Oh, These folks were so rich, they had their own private railroad station. No, I think that's the building that had the chimes.
Yeah, it looks exactly like what was on the thing.
I don't. That might be part of the original mansion, but it's nowhere near as big.
Yeah.
Really unreal. Pretty stinking cool. Curiously perched right on the edge. Duck under you. When I say precariously, I mean precariously. That hasn't been used in a while. Really cool. So Cody saw some cement ruins along the side there. Thought they were for a pump. And you can see there's these little benches and really old road. And then, yeah, these really, really old oil tanks here. These are like really old. Ugh. Whoa. What the?
It's a tank, but it's buried.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah, you see it's on the wood. There's the metal strap for it.
Wonder how old that sucker is.
Probably 1900s.
Early 1900s. Could be 1800s. Jesus.
Yeah, back over there, there's a weird spindly thing. And one of the lines, which I think was for the pumps, that moved back and forth.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The old ones.
Yeah, that connects to the engine house.
Huh. Very interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, so we just saw that in-ground barrel right across the river a long time ago. Was one of Wolf's Head Oil, the original refineries. Not much left of it now. Ugh. I think just one of the buildings, the filter buildings left. The stacks and everything are gone. I see. Check that old piece of equipment out. So curious about that tank that was in the ground. And there's the other wooden tanks. Ugh. Walk under the Widowmaker. Okay. You can definitely tell there's more here once upon a time. Yeah, there's the old wood oil tanks. So you really got to pay attention. We just passed a whole bunch of those old wooden oil barrels, and then we get to seeing some signs that people were, if this was a settlement, that old cup. You can see some garbage, old garbage.
There might be a body here.
Like swamp down there. I'll check that out in a second. But yeah, we were like seeing all this stuff. Old homestead.
There's like an old shoe. Really old shoe.
Holy crap! Yeah.
There's a weird white thing. It's not bone or anything. It's like this weird conglomerate of white stuff. Maybe this works for parks. I mean, yeah, it's like maybe something attached here, but it's like.
Yeah. Holy crap! I see a bunch of like old fence posts and stuff. No toothbrush.
Been a homeless back here at some point, probably. That's an old can, pop top.
Yeah, I think there's more stuff down in there.
Might be an old dump.
Could be. Oh, there's a sole of a shoe.
There's
Is that bottle whole?
Yeah, but it doesn't look like it's really old. Maybe an old ketchup bottle. Yeah, like an old ketchup bottle, 60s, 70s.
Pretty cool.
Oh, I see, I think there's an old white. Ooh!
Oh, I see an old Pond's container down there.
That white?
Yeah.
Oh. I love these things.
There's all kinds of old stuff back in here. So yeah, maybe this was an old dump for settlement used to be around here. Ain't here no more. They're pretty cool. Yeah, definitely. Oh, that is definitely an old pop top. That. Fun little trail. Yeah, so usually we're doing old mining areas. Now we're doing an old oiling area. Okay, so we're right across from the old dump. Cody just starts riding down the trail and I'm like, hey, you passed it. So he stops and he's looking on the same side as the dump. I'm like, dude, no, go to the right. Oh, there is. Didn't see that. So there's these. I don't know if you can see that yet. Oh, there we go. See that wall? Check that out. See something stood here, but check that out. Oh, I don't want to walk for you while you're filming. Oh, see what you're doing. But oh, watch out! There's a bunch of metal sticking up out of the ground. Trip hazards. Oh, look at that! There's all kinds of pipes and everything. Jeez. So I got another one over here. Check that out. Oh, that still comes off. Huh. Huh. Definitely getting some pictures of these. This is cool. More pipes in the ground. There's more metally bits over there. Huh. Check it out. There seems to be remnants of the building that would have housed these, but not much is left of it. Let's go check out what it could have been. A cistern? I'm not quite sure. Ooh. See what this old wall was about. Not sure what this was. Cute little island out there. Keep an eye out for snakes. Yeah, that's an oldie. Pretty cool. And they're pretty out here too. Yeah, pretty fun trail. Okay, so you look, you see some old track here that went there, and it looks as though this was a siding. And there's an abandoned building there. Oh, all along there. It's just the rubble from a long ago building. And check out that old gate. That's an old one. So yeah, this looks like it was a siding once upon a time. Cool that the rail's still there. So this particular rail ran back there to whatever that big building was, probably an oil refinery, because it is that kind of neighborhood. Don't know what that little building is. Yeah. Lots of pretty cool pieces of history. Look at that. The private property sign's still up. That's kind of funny. Because obviously it's a rail trail now. Here's a good example. That would have been a very old pump. That would have been a mechanism for it. And this would have been housed. And I'll put up pictures of the kiosk that tells you all about it. Alright, kind of do an outro now. See that old sign? So all along here, like on the right, on the left, you can tell where the old industries were, oil refineries, brick factories, just really all kinds of things happening. So we just rode the Samuel Justice Trail from Franklin up to Oil City. We've been riding our bikes up in this area for years, hiking, exploring. There's a lot up here, a lot that people don't know. We're also very close to like the Rockland Tunnel, which is cool. We used to go through the Rockland Tunnel before it became part of the trail, which is neat to see its progression since then. Kennerdale Tunnel. Then you have Freedom Falls with the iron furnace there, which, if you pay attention, we do have, I think I put it up, I think it might be on YouTube, I'm not sure. It's definitely on my TikTok. One of the iron mines we managed to get into. It's very small, also very, very old. But there's abandoned rail bridges that we've walked across. Most of this we did long before I started posting anything on. Yeah, check it out on YouTube. Yeah, so like I said, we've been coming to this area years and years. There's some interesting caves in the area. We were gonna stop at one on the way home, but I'm too hungry, so we're gonna head back to the truck and get something to eat. Probably at our favorite Pizza Hut in Franklin. But yeah, there's a campground right off the bike trail, well, right along the bike trail. Oil City Marina Campground. It's $10 a night. It's primitive camping. So they have picnic tables, trash bin, and there is a toilet, not the vault kind, the good kind, located right next to it. And good fish in there. And it is in a very beautiful spot. I mean, because look at this. Look at these views. So, if you're interested in rail trails, I gotta recommend this one. You can go all the way through Oil City and up into Titusville to Drake's Well. That is an incredible trail as well. And if you're paying attention, you can see God Rock, which is, you can't see any of the Native American art on it. Was carved, unfortunately, because so many people have carved on it since then. It's really unfortunate. Little known fact, though, there's two other God Rocks situated kind of close together. One is in Venango County, and the other one is in Clarion. And I'm not going to be giving away those locations because those ones are intact with their petroglyphs, petroglyphs. that was the Wolf's Head oil across the river. But yeah, I'd recommend this trail. I would say 9 out of 10. Because I think the ones like along Red Bank and that area, those are 10 out of 10 for sure. Looks like there's a cave up there. I'm too hungry. I'm not climbing that. But anyway, yeah, pay attention what's off the trail. It was kind of cool because we would stop to see these things, and every once in a while, people would see us stopping to look at some of this history, and they would stop, and they would be interested. And it's good to see. They should advertise this more. If you like history, this is the trail. And if you just like a good bike trail, well, this is still your trail. Do use caution. I wouldn't go alone. Unfortunately, the past few years there's been some unalivings and unfortunately a lot of drug use. So do be careful. You know, I'm proud to a supporter. And this would be one of the areas I would encourage it. Because you never know. Okay, so Cody just found some dinosaur bone, which is freaking badass. Check out that fossil. That is a cool fossil.